explained the Stream Team program, I want to show the equipment that we use to monitor stream health. This is all equipment that we maintain back at the Conservation District office, but that our monitors check out from us. And for the checkout process, we get an email request from our monitors and we drop off kits around the county, mainly at the Pierce County Library branches. You can also pick up kits at our Conservation District office in Puyallup, the Key Peninsula Civic Center in Vaughn, and the Tacoma Nature Center at Snake Lake. And all of our kits are primarily in these 14-gallon Rubbermaid containers. We also have the same equipment in backpack form for those sites that our monitors have to do a little bit of walking or hiking into. And this piece of equipment actually is our flow stick or our depth stick, and this will be demonstrated when we do the flow or discharge measurement. Not every monitor will get this when they check out their equipment from us, but only if it's appropriate at their site. So for each kit, there is a monitoring binder in the kit. It has all of our protocols, kind of the brains of the operation as our data sheets. It also has our MSDS sheets, our material safety data sheets. I'll just kind of briefly open this and show you what it looks like on the inside. This has all of our kit drop-off and pickup locations. Then we start getting into our monitoring protocols. We then come to our data sheets, and these are all Write in the Rain paper, so they can get wet, and it's okay. And then last, we have a fantastic plant guide that was created to identify native invasive species. So if you're at your monitoring site and wondering what plants are around, this is a good resource. And at the very back is our MSDS sheets. So if you ever have a question about anything that you're doing out in the field, this is probably a good resource for you to check out. We have clipboard with a ruler. The ruler is for doing our percent dissolved oxygen, which I will go over. If you are monitoring near a road and you would like to be visible, we encourage you to wear one of our safety vests. Not required for all of the monitoring sites, but especially if you're near a road. We have a tape measure. This is for doing our flow or discharge measurement. We have a small kind of Tupperware container that has all of our small items in it. For safety-wise, we always encourage you to wear safety glasses. This is not only for the chemicals that we're using, but also anything in the water that has the potential to get in your eyes. Also for safety, we encourage you to wear gloves as well, and then to wash your hands after you're done monitoring. We have small, medium, and large gloves. Within our small container, we have pencils, we have scissors for our reagent packets. We have our thermometer for doing the air and the water temperature. We have a calculator for doing the discharge calculations. We have an extra dropper, which is really handy for getting those measurements. And then also an extra towel to dry your hands. The two float balls are for doing our flow or discharge measurement. It's also really important when you're doing any kind of water quality monitoring and you're getting the tests right here on site and you're producing a chemical waste, that chemical waste doesn't go back into the stream that you are monitoring. So we have a container here that's labeled waste or liquid waste. So all of your samples, when you're done with them, should go into this container, and then we get rid of all of that back at our lab. So you don't need to do any of that dumping yourself. We have a bottle of distilled water. This is for the turbidity test. You don't need to rinse any of your sample tubes or containers when you're done. Again, we do all of that for you at the lab. Same for any trash that's produced, like your gloves when you're done using them, or your reagent packets. Just put them in this trash bag and we'll get rid of all of that waste for you. And one of the last bags in here has some of our reagents, and a reagent is a chemical that it produces a change within the sample that you're measuring to try to determine the level of that measurement, whether that's dissolved oxygen, you're looking at milligrams per liter, something like that. So what we're looking for in here is actually our dissolved oxygen and our nitrate reagents. These are kind of tablet or powder forms. So if you're looking in the kits, you can't find those reagents. Most likely they're in here. And then the last big components within our Stream Team kit is actually our chemical tests themselves. We use Hawk and Lamont brands for field equipment, and these are true and tested field equipment that are reliable out in the field. And this is what our dissolved oxygen one looks like. It has two kind of sample bottles and then a liquid reagent. Another one that we have that's similar size to our dissolved oxygen is our turbidity. It has a liquid reagent and then two sample tubes in here. Another kit that we have is our pH. This one's a narrow one, and it has a liquid reagent again, and then two sample tubes in our color comparator. And then our last chemical testing kit that we have in here is our nitrates. And you just have one sample tube, a aluminum foil packet that's part of the testing process, and then like the pH kit, we have a color comparator or a slide bar to help us determine our nitrates. And that is all of the equipment. It all fits into a 14-gallon tub or in a hiking backpack, but it's all the same equipment that you should receive no matter what kit that you test out.